just about to hit 6:48. This is a live look at the Cyprus airport where a hijacked Egyptian airplane was forced to land earlier today. And we have some breaking updates. People were just seen leaving that plane, according to video of it on the tarmac. One person was even seen jumping out one of the cockpit windows. Now, the plane was hijacked today by a man who claimed to have an explosives belt. Officials said there have been no demands other than that police vehicles move away from the aircraft. Most of the passengers and crew had already been let off before this latest round of people leaving. Now, the hijacker has been identified as an Egyptian man. Reports say that the incident may be related to a dispute with his wife.
Hi again, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Kyle Bosch. It's now 12 minutes before 7 o'clock, and we're starting our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day.
And we do start with some breaking news in Grand Forks this morning. Police there are investigating a shooting. It happened just before 2 a.m. on the 1000 block of 39th Street North.
Investigators say one person was shot, but their injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. Police tell Valley News Live the early investigation indicates the victim and suspect knew each other. Witnesses say they saw 3 men leaving the shooting scene in a dark-colored 4-door car. Grand Forks police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. We will continue to follow this breaking story for you throughout the day. Be sure to check for updates at valleynewslive.com. Also breaking this morning, a tense situation at a North Fargo hotel near the NDSU campus is over.
Yeah, guests had to be evacuated from the Candlewood Suites along 19th Avenue North around 1 a.m. this morning. They were finally let back in just about an hour ago. The Valley Today's Christy Larson has been following this story all morning for us and joins us live from that location with the latest. Hi, Christy.
Good morning, guys. Yes, I just talked with a guest who was telling me that it was an odd situation waking up to pounding on his door. And when he finally got up and answered the door, it was a police officer standing there. He asked if the police officer needed to come into his room, and the police said, no, you need to get out of your room. And that's exactly what they did for all hotel guests here. It happened around 12:30 this morning. A man had called 911 from inside of one of the rooms here inside of the Candlewood Suites, saying that he saw a person outside of his door wearing a armor vest and had a weapon. He did also tell dispatchers that he's suffering from PTSD and wasn't going to leave his room, so police did evacuate the hotel rooms. They were asked to either wait inside of the lobby or they could leave the hotel if they wanted to. After that, police said that they used a lot of different ways to protect not only their officers but also guests. They used some of the SWAT gear. They also had set up a large perimeter, and it was the Cass County Sheriff's Department who was able to also stay in communication with this person who had called dispatchers, who had barricaded himself inside of the room, able to talk him outside of his room. They have taken him to the hospital to be evaluated, but thankfully, Kyle and Lisa, no one was hurt in this situation.
That is the good news.
Yeah.
Scary situation for so many, but ended without anyone getting hurt. Christy Larson.
And we heard from police earlier. They didn't know if this man was telling the truth, but they obviously wanted to take him very seriously, and with good reason. Christy Larson reporting live for us this morning. 6:51 now. Time to get a look at weather and traffic on the ones on this Tuesday morning. And we start with meteorologist Lisa Green. And temperatures starting out pretty nice, Lisa.
Temperatures starting off nice. We've got a nice sunrise taking shape here this morning, too. Beautiful red showing up on the horizon there. And you know what they say, red sky at morning. We may be seeing some rain coming up later on tonight. So some changes on the way. But until then, it's going to be beautiful. Here's a look at our forecast for this afternoon. 60 degrees in Fargo around 2 o'clock. Same thing in Wapaton and over toward Fergus Falls. And we may even get warmer than that through the rest of the day. Into the 50s in the Northern Valley with partly to mostly cloudy skies today. It's going to be one of those days where we're a little bit more cloudy than we were yesterday. But we'll still get to see some sun, and it's still looking like a pretty nice day coming up here. Here's a look at our clouds. We do, of course, have those rolling through. We saw that on our sky cam, and many parts of the valley underneath the clouds with some breaks in between here and there. And we'll get a big break as this lifts northward. There's another round of clear skies just to the south and west that will help to bring us some sunshine this morning. 44 degrees currently in Fargo, very mild for this time of year. In fact, this is our average high, and we're starting off with that number this morning. 45 in Fergus Falls, 41 in Detroit Lake. So a pocket of warm air right there. Northern Valley, it is cooler, so don't let that fool you if you're in the Northern Valley. Be aware your temperatures are below freezing in some instances. It's 28 68 degrees in Grand Forks and up toward Roseau as well. Want to show you our precipitation potential because the rain moves in late tonight, especially in the evening hours after dinner time and then carrying over into Wednesday. And our precip potential shows that best chance for rain in the southern 2/3 of the valley. The blue up to about a ½ inch of rain. Anywhere in green, we would be getting a ½ inch or more of rain through Wednesday night. So some measurable rainfall ahead here for us. And again, that starts tonight. Could get a rumble of thunder too. A high of 60 today. A lot of places in the south getting into the 60s. And for tomorrow, much cooler, back toward the average with temperatures in the 40s to round out the work week. Let's check in now with Al.
Lisa, I'm eastbound on Interstate 94, and like it has been since we hit the road about 2.5 hours ago, it is really busy out here this morning, particularly westbound. Eastbound I-94 traffic's pretty active as well. Interstate 29 traffic is a lot going on out there as well, particularly around the tri-level. Lots of congestion there. Make sure you're driving extra carefully this morning. A lot of fast traffic out here today. Willamette Valley today traffic.
Coming up on 6 minutes ahead of 7 a.m. as we turn back to your news headlines. Valley News Live has learned that a controversial West Fargo teacher now taking an early retirement has had 2 major violations within the last year.
We pulled the personnel file for Jim Jonas and found multiple students reported feeling fearful to be in his classroom. And one administrator said Jonas was unwilling or unable to be coached by administration. You might remember Jonas was in the news a couple years ago when his personality got him in trouble with parents. The West Fargo School Board last night accepted a retirement plan and agreed to pay $22,000 to his teacher retirement, while Jonas signed a document stating that he would not take any legal action against the district in the future.
Jonas will officially retire from the classroom at the end of this school year. It's looking like Moorhead City Manager Mike Redlinger is on the way out. A special city council meeting has been called for Thursday to discuss a separation agreement with Redlinger.
A surprise job performance review was called during a council meeting last week. Councilmember Brenda Elmer made the move, and without giving a reason publicly. Redlinger was scheduled for a performance review this summer. A Minnesota man accused of starting a fire at a Somali restaurant in Grand Forks is facing new federal charges. Authorities say the December 7th fire at the Juba Coffee House in Grand Forks was started by a homemade explosive device made from a 40-ounce beer bottle.
Matthew Gust of East Grand Forks was charged yesterday with use of a destructive device during a crime of violence. If convicted of that federal charge, he faces up to life in prison. The murder trial for a man accused in a deadly bar fight in Fargo last year has been postponed because new witnesses and information are coming forward from prosecutors. The trial for Jason Oyen was supposed to start yesterday. He's been charged with murder in the death of 35-year-old Joey Garsland outside Rick's Bar last May.
According to the Cass County State's Attorney's Office, the new information deals with a Facebook post and witnesses that heard comments made by Owen prior to the deadly fight happening. 3 other men involved in the fight have pleaded guilty and will be called as witnesses in the trial. A new trial date has not yet been scheduled. A Minnesota company is getting a lot of attention for a new handgun that it's designing. The reason? It's going to look like a cell phone.
Yeah, check out the video. The CEO of the startup company in Monticello, Ideal Conceal, says he got the idea for the cell phone shaped gun while he was at a restaurant. He had just got his permit to carry and realized he'd like his weapon to be more concealed. A prototype of the gun will be finished in June. Its likely manufacture will start sometime in October. Fargo City Commissioners have unanimously approved a partial zoning change for a controversial apartment building complex in North Fargo. Rohr's Development came forward with a second plan after meeting with neighbors who live close to the planned Ponyland project.
The new proposal includes fewer apartments and more single-family homes. The apartments will be placed closer to University Drive and away from the homes to the south. Construction will start in August. Some site work could start in the next 30 days. The Moorhead School Board is talking about changes to naming school facilities.
Under a new policy, the board would have the authority to lease naming rights to facilities and even sell advertising. Board members will consider individuals who have achieved significant places in the district, entities which have contributed significantly to the district, and those who have made large financial contributions when dealing with naming issues.
The school board also discussed a new policy regarding employees and their relationships with students. Among the expectations, employees would be forbidden from having sexual relationships with students, including flirting or inappropriate touching, there would be no dating and no gifts. The 3 Republican presidential candidates will have a town hall tonight. CNN will host the town hall in Milwaukee ahead of the crucial Wisconsin primary election. Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and John Kasich will all appear separately and answer questions from moderator Anderson Cooper and the crowd. Wisconsin voters will head to the polls on April 5th.
The federal government has decided to drop its case against Apple, which was ordering the company to help it access the iPhone of San Bernardino terror shooting suspect Syed Farouk. The Justice Department says it has successfully gained access to the phone without Apple's help. Now, investigators had previously gotten a court order compelling Apple to write new software that would disable passcode protection. Apple had appealed that order, but it's no longer an issue. The government says that it asked a judge to vacate the order that compelled Apple to help out.
We're looking at highs flirting with 60 degrees today, and that's going to be great golfing weather as Fargo Park's open, the driving range and course at Rose Creek this morning at 10.
Yeah, I'm imagining a lot of people probably going to be out there swinging the sticks today. The Fargo Park District is also opening up the driving ranges at Edgewood and Osgood at 10 this morning. The courses there and at Prairiewood are tentatively scheduled to open next week, weather permitting.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, 1 in 5 of us has a favorite one of these.
The answer, a favorite pen. And it's really annoying when it disappears from your desk.
Or you find someone else's bite marks on it.
Oh,
that's
also
that happens
annoying.
in a newsroom.
You can take part in our question of the morning at our Valley News Live Facebook page. We talked about weather permitting. Sounds like weather will permit plenty of golf today.
Yes, today looks good. You know, even the wind will cooperate, I think, today. It's later tonight and then into the day tomorrow where we're going to have some issues with the rain. Of course, we need the rain, but we want to keep these warm temperatures too, and we just can't do both.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. More local news and weather for you right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great Tuesday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning.